Okay, so we have Daddy Cheerio. VOD review for Ana. This match made me really happy. Felt like it played well. Best match yet. So for Miss Sleep Darts, lately been day ranking. Made mistakes with positioning that got you killed. So positioning feedback. How to use cover properly. I think I did okay if we didn't have a heavy dive comp. I once and jumped in and died multiple times, so maybe I could have done something to help him. Although I feel like it was mostly on him. Additionally, ability usage. I have a bad habit of just sitting in my sleep in without second thoughts. Not quite sure if I did that here many times. Okay. So I pre-watched defense here. And you definitely have... Okay, there's a couple things I want to comment on before we get into it. You definitely have the skill to hit GM. You definitely can. If you just... This sounds silly, but if you just play better, you will be able to. First thing, I feel like I'm getting a headache from... I feel like I'm getting tornadoed by your sensitivity. Lower your sensitivity a little bit, I think, because you're aiming a lot with your movement, which is something that happens a lot when you have too high of sensitivity. And I mean, you hit your shots mostly. I'm not saying you don't, but man, it does not feel smooth. It feels out of control. I mean, do that if you do. Maybe try lowering it. If you don't like it lower, then whatever. I'm not here to tell you how to pick your sensitivity, but to me, it just feels like a hurricane watching you play. A little bit smoother aim, personally. Positioning. Okay, another thing you need to work on is using your nade more offensively. Pretty much only use it to try to save your teammates or save yourself. And I'm not saying you shouldn't use it for those reasons, but I don't think all of defense, you use a nade solely for attacking purposes. Like, you'll nade your tank and the enemy tank, which is a good thing to do, don't get me wrong. But that's the only way you ever use it offensively, when it's really one of your best weapons is Ana, to confirm kills and help your teammates confirm kills. As well as just, if you hit a 3-man nade at the beginning, they don't have Kiriko, so it's huge. And then not getting in damage pre-fights. And then you also you only have 1 nano, all of defense. You hold it for way too long. And then positioning stuff, I'll do play-by-play on that. Here, starting out, this is a good place to start out. I think you can go down, line up a nade, throw it, and then get back into this position. Just to get the extra ult charge on it before you come up here. But
don't be scared.
It's not going to make or break your game starting right here instead of getting some pre-fight damage right here. So, and your sleeps, I didn't have too much issue with them, but I did feel like you rushed them. I don't have an issue with how often you use them, but it's more how little you hit them, because you keep rushing them. You don't take your time with them. Did you really need to nade there? You could have gotten a better nade, probably. That was more offensive. Like right now. Now if you had your nade, bam. Hit their tank and that Kree. That could have been huge. Getting in a little little bit of damage. You're really scaring me peeking this Widow and just sitting right in front of him. If you're gonna be doing this, you should be pressuring that Widow off. Your Genshi is fine. If he's not in your line of sight, you're playing in a perfectly fine spot. That's his fault for not being in your line of sight. If he dies, you should be challenging this Widow. I'd be jewel peeking this corner and just shooting from hip fire to push her off, or just don't contest her at all. One of the two. But she doesn't really hit many shots, so you would have been fine hip fire shooting her. But like, if that was a good Widow, your head should have come off twice there, because you peek and stand still right in front of them twice. Trying to heal your Genshi. Pretty good nade. Right here you could probably drop and go to the left to get some more aggressive play, but I understand just sitting here. Pretty good nade. Man. If you hit one of those shots, he's dead. I mean, he died anyways, but you hit those. And this is, I think, where the slower sensitivity could help you. Because you're just like, all these shots that you ever take on, you hit the shots on your teammates pretty consistently. But you miss so many shots on enemies. Because you're just rushing them. And I think your aim is just rushed in general. I'll try not to mention that too many more times, because you get the point.
I have you. Keep fighting. Yes.
Okay, your Genshi kinda ints, and by kinda I mean you definitely did. I mean you're basically, talking about your, first off, might have been helpful to reposition down bottom, because you didn't really have a good sight line on your teammates or the enemies there. But as soon as your tank dies, they have a very mobile tank themselves. So as soon as he died, I would have immediately started backing up. I would have made a run for it to try to get back there. Because otherwise you're going to die here, just like you did. If you try to stick around for too long after your tank dies, you're just going to die and get staggered. Which is what happens here. And it happens a second time during your second death.
Try me.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
I go out on my terms.
Just overall, I'd wish you were more willing to attack. Because if you lived there instead of dying on right there, you could have had a much better recontest. I would have nanoed your Ram straight in. He has his ult. It's a good ult combo to have his ult and nano. If you nano him as he's going in, he's going to come in full health rather than low. And yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't. I'm fine with contesting this Widow here. Wish you would hit that shot, but oh well. And then your tank's dead. There's no way you're going to actually recontest and win this. It's just not going to happen. It's a 4 on... It's just not going to happen. I just get out. But you don't, and you die. Which staggers you for next fight. Good sleep. Pathing, maybe you could have taken a less dangerous path there. Gone through left side. Gone through the left side, went up those stairs back there, got high ground. Went back this way with more cover. Not sure if that saves you, but it might have. Rather than going out into the open like that.
You'll have to try harder than that.
Also, just in general, you often keep the same angle all the time. And if you switch angles, if you switch angles more often, it's going to be harder for the enemy team to know where you're at to dive you, and two, it's going to be hard for the enemy team to know where you're at to, and you'll be able to get off more damage on them and get more picks here and there. Okay, your tank ends. You have Nano Blade here in this fight. You don't do it, but definitely could have. Looks like he wants it. So you sleep. You need. Oh, you do use it. Okay, I was wrong. I thought you only use your nano once this defense, but you don't. You use it twice. I mean, just scope in, shoot him, and he dies. Weird that you didn't do that. You're getting shot at by a widow, and you stand still with no cover. You also miss more shots against the... yeah, I definitely... At first I was like, maybe he can work this sensitivity, because you hit a lot of the shots in your teammates, but man, there's a lot of kill opportunities. Like, yeah, should you have tried to shoot at that Mercy while you were getting shot at by a Widow? Maybe not, but they ended up killing you anyways. So if you hit that shot on the Mercy, they would have died.
Receive my aid.
Okay. Not sure why you're trying to hip fire from that range.
Healing you.
Okay.
You cannot escape me.
I don't like what you do here.
I have you. Keep fighting.
Because, yeah, you're safe from all that stuff. But as we'll see here, their Widow was pretty garbage. But that's a really common Widow sightline to take. Like, I don't think I've ever had a Widow play on this map and not take that sightline at some point. And you're opening yourself wide open to it. I would have played over there this entire time. Behind that big rock. You have an angle on your team, you have an angle to do damage on their team, and you're safe from that angle on the Widow. Then, another point, once again, could have thrown your nade, hit a big nade here at the start of the fight, but you're probably going to hold your nade again.
Meteor strike!
Then you drop, which I didn't really like, but it's fine. You just need to get out of it here.
Step rider.
Personne
Hello.
n'échappe à mon regard.
Okay, your tank's taking a lot of damage, so you do need to pocket him here. But, to be honest, you could have done everything you were doing from a more safe angle, like behind that rock. And same sight line, but you have cover. I guess I'll go over the rules of positioning real quick. You want to be in a position that's at a safe distance, meaning you're not in danger of dying immediately. It's going to take them a lot of resources, using a lot of resources to kill you. 2, you're near natural cover. So That's pretty self-explanatory, so you can use the cover. 3, enemy moves forward, you move back. Enemy moves back, you move forward. 4, in a position where you can do damage. You break the 4th rule the most, but the 3rd one as well. The other 2 you're pretty good at. Usually. Usually you start at a safe distance, and then the enemy moves forward, but you don't move back quick enough. Or the enemy moves back and you don't move forward and you don't get the extra damage, so that would be really helpful for your team. Anyways, could have used Nana that fight, probably. I pretty much use Nano off cooldown. Unless one of your teammates is extremely close to having an ult that's a good combo, usually it's not worth saving. It's just better to get the more nanos. Because Nano can be pretty effective just on its own.
Keep fighting.
Yeah, you seem kind of guilty of heal botting.
Stand up straight.
Okay.
Meteor strike.
I won't let you fall.
Okay, weird nano from them. Seems like an accidental one.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Not sure where you're trying. You keep trying to hip fire people who are too long range to hip fire as well. I've done that a couple times. Okay, but good nano. Got nano blade. Probably what you were hoping for. And it ended up working out. So start out this position. We should be looking to get some early damage in here. You just kind of stand around and do nothing. You could be getting some early damage in here, hitting a big nade right there. You don't. You drop, which is fine. Back up. This is fine positioning, but your tank's fine. You should be doing damage. Should be doing damage. Should be doing damage. Should be doing damage. You see what I mean? Like, you're wasting opportunities heal botting when you could be doing damage, eliminating pressure from your team, and hitting offensive nades. Your other Ana hits a lot of offensive nades onto your tank, and it really helps their team. Okay, they die.
Tactical visor activated. Meteor strike.
Okay, well you die.
Who dares confront me?
Probably wouldn't want to fight, even if you lived there. Maybe if you could farm nano.
Still have some fight in me.
Oh well. Let's see. Attack. I haven't watched attack, so I won't have anything. Just prepped out the gate. Okay, my nade. Big sleeping nade there.
I see you.
Shoot the Hammond. He could have gotten out there. Killing that Hammond should have been your #1 priority. Oh well. It's fine, he died anyways, but yeah, I wouldn't blame that death on you. I like this angle, because you're not really getting a good angle to damage them, and we need somebody on point. Should be you right now. There you go, doing some damage. Using some offensive nades.
I'll keep you up.
Sorry about that. So, yeah, let's keep going. Yes, please. Alright. Good ante. Looking for some offense. See, this is what I was wanting out of you earlier. You should be healing your teammates so they don't die, not so they're full health. Another good offensive nade. Not really a reason to be hip firing here. Good. Oh, that's huge. That's huge. Didn't end up working out with those. Oof. Big nade. As soon as you're getting shot at there, hide behind cover. You're gonna win this though. There was really no rush. Maybe you don't, because your Winston died. I would not play Winston until their comp.
I'll make quick work of
But even if this damage that you do doesn't get you, yeah, that's why I wouldn't be playing Winston against this comp. They have too much burst damage, that just makes them useless. I just don't think Winston's the right move here, but
I won't let you fall.
I'd be coming around right side. This entire time you've just sort of been sitting here doing something, but not really anything worth it. I would have been coming around right side here, seeing if I can get an off angle
I've got you.
to do some real effective damage. Create some space for our team to push in. Yeah, your tank's just hinting his brains out. Take your time with your shots. Doesn't matter if you shoot quicker if you miss 3 of them anyways, trying to shoot quicker. Take your time, make sure they hit.
Thank you.
You could really get that looked at.
What is he doing? Man.
Taking care of you.
Sorry about that.
Okay. Okay. That's good. Yep, throw your nade, why not? Just gonna get it back before fight anyways. Good assist there. You're on cart, so you just gotta kinda do cart duty and nobody's in your sight. Look at that. Good. Okay, personally, he just took you off cart duty. I'm moving to where McCree is. Yeah. I would have forced him on cart duty. You're about to have a blade here. But maybe nano your tank instead. We'll see what happens. Okay, good sleep. That was dangerous. good.
Taking care of you. You call it?
Chillax.
The payload has reached
Good, I would have naded them both. She didn't have recall.
Yes.
And why not? Why not just use your sleep and nade there? You're gonna have them back before next fight. Just be a little bit more loose with your nades and sleeps before fights, because you can get a pick, you can get crazy value out of those pre-fight, and then have them back by the time fight happens. Or fight might not even happen because you hit a crazy sleep, nade, and you get a pick, and now they have to reset anyways.
Here goes nothing.
I won't let you fall. You're powered down. Get in there.
I think that was probably worth it enough. Because you definitely won this fight now that Doom died. But their Doom's kind of being dumb.
That must stay.
That's a big offensive nade right there. Pre-fight.
Don't fret.
And you're gonna have it back before the next fight starts, or during next fight.
Meteor strike.
He's gonna land on you. Nothing you can really do about that, I don't think. Good res, but you're dead. You just gotta get out now.
Thank you, Andrew.
Get out now.
Oh.
Oh, committing more ults into this.
Ava logging on.
You guys aren't gonna win this fight.
Just a scratch. You'll be fine.
Rule of thumb. Unless you can kill their tank right after your tank dies, I would not commit more ults to a fight unless it's last fight. 'Cause it's just your likelihood of success is very low. Kind of a bit close. One needs to Doom.
I've got you.
Just chill. Live.
Can't move until the 60 seconds remaining.
Throw a pre-fight nade. Why not? Tank's not gonna be back before it's back anyways. Could use some extra ult charge. See, if you threw it earlier, you would already had it back by now. Okay. I'd be taking a more aggressive angle. I'd be going where your McCree's at.
30 seconds remaining.
This is where we get into, do I save my sleeves for ults, or do I use them off cooldown? I say usually use them off cooldown, unless there's an ult on the enemy team that is reliably and easily cancelled by sleep, and you know that they have the ult. Then I save it until I'm about to die. And if I'm going to die without using it, then I might as well use it anyways. Who knows if they'll even use that ult this fight. I probably would save it for a Reaper ult. I don't even use it on... I'd save it for Reaper ult, and I'd save it for Bob. Those are the two main ones that I save it for. But
Got us outnumbered. Keep that in mind.
it's alright.
You'll have to try harder than that. Help me.
Well, you definitely have
10 seconds.
You definitely have potential of using it. Sound like you're pathing there.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Meteor strike.
Okay. I think that's a fine nano to keep her alive. Okay. So let's rerun this fight. I would have stayed back here. You can see everything that you're going to see up here closer. But if you stay... I did not mean to do that. If you stay back here, behind that little shelter right there, You have a lot of cover to keep you safe. You're farther back, it's going to take more resources for them to get to you, and you have the same angle. Not sure why you're trying to hip fire from that range. Quick scope.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Meteor
I think it's, like I said, I think it's worth keeping her alive there. Now, does he still kill you after ulting on top of you? Maybe, but I think you have more resources to keep you alive back there. More cover to work with. Do you lose this game? Oh wow, your Genji popped.
I'll find my
Okay,
own
so we're gonna... Yeah, we're gonna be going into...
The dragon becomes me.
oh, Kiriko. I'm not very good at Kiriko, so I don't know how much input I'll be able to put into this. But it looks pretty good to me so far.
to the flame.
Nicely done.
Score 3-3. Initiating.
A perfect world.
Ready.
Okay, so we're back on Ana.
Remember this feeling. 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Escort the payload.
I am here.
Your team's fine. You should be looking to do some early damage here.
Engage those hostiles.
You could have pumped like 5-6 shots into their tank right there. Gotten a whole lot more ult charge than just staring at your full health team. And put some pressure on them. Once again, I'd be taking this. I'd be looking to try to take this. As soon as their tank backs up a bit, I'd be looking to take this aggressive angle going through the right here. Good sleep.
The payload's moving. About time.
Yeah. That's the difference between taking this angle and taking the angle back there. You have cover back there, you don't have cover here. Rule. I don't know what order I listen in them. I don't have them like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 1, 2, 3, 4. But you know, one of the rules of positioning next to cover that you can natural cover that you can use. No natural cover there, and that's why you die.
30 seconds remaining.
Which is actually really big in this situation where you only have a minute. Wow, you guys, how? That is crazy. I thought for sure you'd lose that fight.
Come on, get up.
That is insane.
Push now.
Ultimate is charging.
That their tank died instead of yours.
Overtime.
I'm curious how that happened. This is good positioning. Get some damage in. Early nade, look at that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Pre-fight, nobody needs your healing. Get some damage in. Throw a good nade in there. Their Mercy's purple. If she dies here, that's partially because of you. Nope, she plays safe, but getting some damage in. Okay, I don't have a problem with you just tossing a sleep in there, but take your time with it a little bit. Make sure you're gonna hit it. Don't just be like, oh, just throw it. Yeah, you have it. Yeah, you can just use it there. And I think it's good to use it there, but actually aim it. That's what I mean when I say I don't have a problem with your sleep usage, but you need to take your time when you actually use them. You're rushing them and missing them.
I see you.
Man, it's like night and day. On defense, I mean, you could still have done a lot more offense, a lot more damage during your offensive time as well. But on defense, you're so much more passive. Not putting in any damage, compared to now you're doing a whole bunch.
Thank you.
And it looks a lot better. And that's pretty much an auto win. Because first point is definitely holdable on Route 66. So somebody else has cart,
My ultimate is
you
almost
can
ready.
go forward and do damage. Now it's an overtime situation, so maybe staying safe, staying on it yourself, make sure somebody else makes a mistake instead of you. They just had all their ults. I don't think there's any way you guys can win that fight. But maybe could have better positioning since your tank was on point. I guess usually, okay, if your team is pushed up in front of point, you have to have cart duty because everybody's in front and you can stay in the back and heal and do your job and do damage. But if your team is playing on point, whether that be cart or control point or whatever, then you shouldn't be on point anymore. So I wouldn't have been on point there. But I get it. It's overtime. You don't want to C9 on accident.
Can't change the world by
Okay,
following.
defense. Whoa, this is passive. This is way too passive.
Healing you.
I could use some assistance.
In tip MN.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they're pushing around. Alright. Do we learn our lesson from first defense? Or do we die again?
So it's for you.
Oh, that's fat. See what I'm talking about? Those offensive nades? That's huge. Okay, you learn your lesson. I guess that's probably why you position there, but you don't need to position there. It's more you just need to back up quicker on first time. Okay,
Covering you.
there's some shots we maybe should have hit. Oh, you better not die here. Okay. Sometimes, if your team doesn't uncommit when they should have, you just gotta abandon them. Like, it would have been, if you, even if you saved your Genji there and then you both died, it's not any help.
30 seconds remaining.
Push them back or answer to me.
I didn't articulate that well, but I think you get the
Don't
point.
fret. I see you.
You can peek out. Good sleep. Rush nade. But it works. That's when you stay in an angled for too long. And you didn't really utilize your cover. You didn't have to die there. You just couldn't peek the same angle for too long.
I won't give in.
Switch to the other angle. Or you just have to hide behind cover for a little bit. But oh well. Kind of surprised if you guys win this. I don't remember. I didn't look. We really gotta get Nana Blade here. Oh, Nana somebody.
Let's take him to the wasteland. Taking care of you.
I will not let you fall.
This is fine. You don't really have any cover, but you don't need it. And then you won. Alright. So yeah. Main points for me. Lower your sensitivity a little bit. Remember those 4 rules of positioning. Safe distance. Next to cover. They move back. You move forward. They move forward, you move back in a position where you can do damage. Try to get off more pre-fight damage, more pre-fight nades and sleeps that get value, and build your ult charge. What else is there? When your tank dies, usually it's time to just abandon ship and live for the next fight. I think that's mostly it. Just to show things, proof of me being good. What was it? Yeah, I dropped season 3 because there was still decay. Season 2, decided, you know what, I'm gonna play support for the first time, and I exclusively played Ana, basically. You can see I have an hour on Lucio, it's the next most, and 66% win. Average 10-minute hero damage is almost 4,000. Let's see what it is this season. Yeah, average damage 3,000, and healings almost 9,000. So just that, get more damage in. I don't know what, I couldn't look at your stats, or maybe I can. I just didn't know how to. But yeah, I think that's all I got for you. Good luck. Hopefully this is helpful. If not, ask any other questions you might have that you wanted answered that would be more helpful.